Raw meat isn't the most attractive, so you really have to make it look attractive. And it's using geometry and things like that to make things look dynamic in the case and to showcase certain items, you know, things that we will always sell, you don't really need to showcase, so it's kind of like showcasing those offcuts and things like that.
Luckily for his employer, Greg Bardwell is a former interior designer. He brings his design sense and knowledge of angles and geometry to his new job at the butchery, Fleischer's.
My aunt was an interior designer. She worked under Jacques Range, who was a very, very famous Parisian decorator. I worked in her office in the summertime since I was 12 years old.
Greg's love for interior design stayed with him through his adolescence, and he ended up going to school at the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City, majoring in interior design.
After graduating FIT, I continued to work for my aunt's office, and at that point I was an assistant designer with her.
However, within a few years, Greg's aunt was getting out of the interior design business, and that got Greg thinking as well.
I was looking for my next step, and in that time I was just cooking pretty much every day and just fell in love with the whole culinary aspect of life.
Yeah, that really does.
One day, he randomly found an ad on Craigslist. Fleischer's was looking for a butcher. Greg got hired on the spot with no prior experience.
People don't have experience with butchery, so you know, especially in this industry, you kind of have to find people that may not be in that industry but have similar qualities and characteristics that you can use for that. So this one I'll actually keep whole.
But the butchers at Fleischer's want to change this and started a private butcher education class with the head butcher, Jason Yang.
So me and Jason came together and figured out that we could have kind of these small personal one-on-one type deals where people can travel, come in, and then we could teach them how to break down a whole carcass. So Daniel came all the way from Brazil because there's really not many places, and he learned how to break beef, break pork, and then I was teaching him how to do lamb and a little bit more of the case cuts.
English style is kind of what I was showing with the lamb, is like finding those joints and finding those seams and doing it that way. I personally like that one better because you can get more out of it and it's a little bit more hands-on.
Actually, the new
But Greg is already looking for his next step, combining his two passions, good food and good design.
It's definitely a goal of mine down the line to open up my own restaurant that I have completely designed myself. And so, you know, I definitely have that design world still in me. So like for me, is I always have the idea to go back when I'm older, when I'm not able to really like carry 100-pound carcasses in and, you know, really cut meat all day because of my hands or my back or things like that. So I always will have that option to do interior design.